Welcome, everybody. I am your hostess, MJ. Welcome to According to MJ. This evening, I wanted to talk about this story. Tabitha Brown announcing I saw it on her YouTube channel the other day that she was retiring her husband after 15 years on the LAPD. So he served 15 years with the Los Angeles Police Department. And she said, just to summarize, basically, well, before I get into that, thank you all for joining this evening. Be sure to give this stream a like. If you join, if you want to leave a comment, let me know where you're listening in from. But I thought it's interesting because I personally, I love Tabitha Brown. Like her energy to me, it's so pure. I feel she comes out very authentic to me. And I learned how to chop a salad in my Vitamix, with her. I love her. I just think she's absolutely adorable. And Wendy Williams, I respect Wendy Williams, but she can be problematic at times. So I figure we discuss this tonight because I think it's very interesting to see the comments that a lot of people have surrounding this topic of Tabitha Brown retiring her husband. So I can play the video of Tabitha talking and Wendy talking for context if y'all like. But just to summarize, Wendy was responding to Tabitha's announcement of her retiring her husband from the LAPD, and he served there for 15 years. From what I understand, they moved from, I forget where they're from, North Carolina, South Carolina. They moved there to Los Angeles so Tabitha could pursue her dreams of becoming a actress, right? And she basically said within that video that they made an agreement that if her career take off, then she would retire him because she said she never felt comfortable with her husband having to wear a bulletproof vest to work. And she mentioned that she never felt comfortable with him wearing bulletproof vest to work. So I thought that was interesting. What I found interesting, she said that she thought so, her feelings on it. And she mentioned in her rebuttal to Wendy Williams that they've been together over 23 years and they've been through a lot together. So I'm going to pull up her response to Wendy Williams because I thought it was a classy reply because I really feel like Wendy was projecting her experience onto Tabitha. I know in this space, a lot of talk goes on with hypergamy as it relates to relationships. A lot of talk in the Black YouTube, Black social media about hypergamy, women leveling up, women dating quote unquote high value men, marrying high value men. But the Bureau of Labor Statistics data does not support all these so-called high value men. Somebody's lying somewhere. So let's get into it. Just bear with me. I'm going to pull that footage up. What's up, virtuous woman? Good to see you. I will drop the link if anyone wants to come up and share their thoughts on this. I feel like Wendy Williams is projecting. I mean, I get what she's saying, but this isn't her marriage. So how can she, I'm surprised she even talked about this. Honestly, I saw the video when Tabitha first posted. I'm like, oh, that's cute, and I like her, so I definitely wish the best for her. But Wendy just seems insufferable at times, and all this high value talk. A lot of people are just not honest with this stuff. I don't know if that's what I wanted to quote. Why is it looking like that? I don't know why it looks like that. Let's see. I guess that's a link, but do you all feel that Wendy Williams is projecting? Do you agree with Wendy Williams on this? Because I feel like Wendy's just being nasty for no reason. I mean, if you're making millions of dollars, does your husband need to go report to LAPD police, like the Los Angeles Police Department, every day? I'm just wondering how that works. So I'm wondering how that works for the wealthy, the uber wealthy. Bear with me one moment, and if you hear fireworks, I'm going to apologize. There are some fireworks going on right outside of the DC, the National Capital Region. So they seem like they're getting started. So I'm going to play this video of Tabitha responding to Wendy Williams. If you haven't seen it, I know a lot of people probably have seen it by now.
The other thing I like about StreamYard is that if there's ever a glitch...
Hello there. Y'all all right? Very good, honey. I was up doing a little work here. That's why I got my pajamas on in my office. And then my phone started going off, like praising people. Like, girl, you're Wendy Williams. First of all, Wendy Williams, honey, God bless you. God bless you. Okay. And so people sent me a little clip, and I said, oh my God, the pain this woman must be in. Wendy, the pain you must be in to feel this way, and I'm so sorry. But listen, let me tell you this. 23 years I've been with my husband. Yes. Broke for a very long time together. Struggled for a very long time together. Succeeded for the last couple of years together, right? My husband took a job in agreement with me. He took a job 15 years ago to help support my dream. And I know you may not know what that looks like in a genuine place, right? But this was an agreement that my husband and I had. And I told him 15 years ago, oh, babe, in 5 years, I'll be able to take you out of there so then you can pursue one of your dreams that you love. Right now, I was his dog in the fight, okay? And he believed in me. And we did it together for the last 15 years. I did every year with him at LAPD, and he did every year with me with rejection and no's in this entertainment industry, right? However, God has blessed me. He has allowed me to manifest. I've been praying on this for a very long time, and it has now come to pass. That is the power of God. It's also the power of allowing God to be first in your marriage, okay? And that is how it remains successful. We keep him first. He is first in our marriage, not money, not business, not success, but God. He's first, okay? So this is my prayer for you. I pray that love finds you, true love. I pray it finds you and it holds you tight. I pray that someone will love you enough to see you when you are not well, to see you when you need true support, to see you when you need compassion, to see you when you need kindness. I pray that somebody loves you enough to sacrifice their life for you. I pray that type of love finds you so that you can understand why. I don't want my husband to put his life on the line anymore wearing a bulletproof vest if he don't have to, and if that's not his desire. I love him enough that I want him to be safe, and I want him to coach children the way he wants to. My husband has a nonprofit, right? And he wants to be able to build that even more so. And what I do know is a 9-to-5 or a steady job takes away time for creativity, takes away time that you want to pour into your real, true purpose. And if God blesses someone to be able to pull out of that 9-to-5 and pour everything into.
I think that's a valid point that she made when she mentioned the 9-to-5 taken away from your purpose. You know, when you're at work, 8 hours a day, a minimum, sometimes upwards to 10, 12, being a police officer, perhaps even more. You know, you have within a day, it's 24 hours, you have to sleep, you have to go to work. You're limited to what you can do. So I don't see what's wrong with her retiring her husband. Perhaps, well, I mean, she's a social media star. That's kind of how she rose to fame. I was thinking perhaps she shouldn't have shared that with social media, but I mean, that's how she got to where she is today. But I don't understand why people are just like when Wendy said, yeah, but just to paraphrase Wendy's response to Tabitha's announcement. She said, "Yeah, I was supportive of my husband. Look where that got me." So I don't understand. Um, I mean, my heart goes out to Wendy Williams. It really does. I like Wendy Williams. I don't think any woman deserves to experience what she experienced. I've never read her book, or I think she has a movie. I never seen the movie, but I remember seeing I don't know if it was TMZ, it was some major blog. It may have been Sandra Rose, where her husband dropped her off to the studio and the paparazzi saw him picking up, I think the mistress was named Sharina, whatever. Like, this guy he was just blatantly disgusting. So my heart goes out to her. My heart goes out to so many women that have experienced heartache. I'm sure we all have, but I guess to me, this kind of ties into this whole hypergamy talk, this talk about high value men, getting with a man that can pay all your bills. But what happens to somebody loving you at your core, loving you like for real, for who you are? Right, Virtuous Woman TV, she obviously is very proud of herself, which is why she shared it. Yes, exactly. She thinks that this is a great thing. And I think that's cool too, because y'all know, I'm sure y'all know, working 9 to 5 can be mentally taxing, depending on what you do, physically taxing. So being able to live a life of comfort, being able to, if her husband makes sacrifices, which I understand as a man, he's supposed to provide for his family, protect his family, all those things. We made provisions for her to be able to go after her dreams. That's beautiful, because I'm going to tell you, I know married women that, well, I had a married colleague. Well, she's my friend. We're friends to this day, but I remember her just being so unhappy at work and crying, just really stressed out about work and missing her children. And her husband said, "Okay, you don't have to work anymore. Go ahead and resign." And she was able to do that. So I thought that was a beautiful thing, that her husband was able to step up and create a way for her not to have to go to work. What I found interesting is a lot of people are saying that Tabitha is being a mule for her husband. I'm like, she's an actress. I don't know if she feels like she's being a mule, if she feels like she's working like, long, hard hours. I haven't seen her say those things. I look at her channel from time to time. Like, I really like her content. I like the information about, she posts for cooking, because, hey, any way to make your food taste better, I'm with it. But it didn't come off to me that she's being a mule. If they've been together over 23 years, I'm gonna Google her age. I imagine she's in her 40s. Let me see how old she is, because I imagine they've been together since their 20s. So bear with me a moment. Okay, so she's 42 years old, and she's from North Carolina. Let's see. So they've been together practically since she was 19. Do people understand how young that is in the grand scheme of things? Since 19. So they grew up together. They probably, from what she said, they didn't have no money like that. And I don't agree with all this. Let me say this is how hypergamy talk. Some of this stuff is just YouTube fanfare. Like, Black community, a lot of this stuff, you may see it here and there, but at large, hypergamy, all this leveling up does not really exist in our community like that. A lot of times we're having to work together to build beautiful lives for our families, for our children. Like in the DMV area, I personally, I can only speak from what I've experienced thus far being here. I don't know any women that do not work. People here, the husband and wife work. It's very expensive to live here, especially want to send your kids to private schools or to live in the best communities where good schools. It is expensive. There's like condos in Northern Virginia, $600,000 that like so small. So I really don't understand all this fanfare people talk and trying to drag this woman. She loves her husband. She's not like a lot of y'all that marry men just for money. She actually loves her husband. She doesn't want him to be harmed. What's wrong with that? Okay, virtuous woman. Yeah, that's very impressive. That's amazing. And the fact that he's able to retire from LAPD unscathed is such a blessing, especially as a black man. And law enforcement is very dangerous, we know. And we know all the stories we see coming from law enforcement. So it's good that he's able to retire from that. And it's not like she said, oh, my husband's gonna retire and just sit at home and watch ESPN and Stephen A. Smith all day. She said he's going to pursue his dreams and goals. So give him a chance to dream again. And I don't know about you all, but sometimes when you're in a space of survival, trying to, make a way for your family, sometimes you lose kind of your creativity or just being able to find fun or have fun. So I think this is a beautiful thing. I know some people feel like she's masculine. I don't know if I would say that. I did find her language interesting when she said, I feel. So she didn't like her husband going to a dangerous job. I can understand that. You want your loved ones to be safe. But I think of all the people in the world Wendy could come for, like, it just shows how insufferable she is. It's like what Kevin, whatever his name did to you, we're sorry that happened to you. But that doesn't mean all men behave like that, especially when they have history. She has proof that her husband is not Kevin Hunter, okay, or whatever other men Wendy Williams has been with in the past. Even with Mary J. Blige, I think even with the Mary J. Blige story, there was early signs of Kendu doing what he ended up doing to her. Like, a lot of times we ignore things like red flags. They're blaring, but we ignore them because, we want what we want. And sometimes we do pay dearly for those things when we ignore them. But I want to let Tabitha finish her response, so bear with me.
Their purpose, their passion. Ooh, my goodness. Why would we dishonor God if he blesses us with the ability and the way to be able to do so? Ooh, honey, I'm excited about that. Ooh, I pray that somebody finds you, love finds you, that excites you the way I am excited about my husband being able to grow his business, being able to pour into children, continue to coach these kids, do other things he's dreamt about. Ooh, honey, I pray this type of excitement and love finds you and anybody else who seems to not understand this. I pray that type of love finds you sacrifice, compassion, like I really do. I really, really do. Okay. With that being said, I thank all of y'all for messaging me and telling me about it. And I want you, whoever is watching, who understands the type of love, let us all pray for people like Miss Wendy and others who have either been so hurt or never found a genuine love that fills their heart with so much compassion and joy. Let us all pray that they find that and that it finds them. Yes, very good. Now, I want y'all to go about your business, okay? And have the most amazing day. But even if you can't have a good one, don't you dare go messing up nobody else's here. God bless you. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye, y'all.
I'm out into the back. I can move with you. Let's ship that.
Okay, so that was Tabitha Brown's response to Miss Wendy Williams. So I thought her response was very classy. She didn't, she wasn't rude to Wendy Williams, even though Wendy Williams was kind of, she was projecting. I get it. We all do it. It's human. Like, we can only see things from our lens, our perspective, our own experiences. So I understand that. But again, I really don't see the problem. Now, I didn't watch. I saw Tanya TKO made a response. I think she's coming for Tabitha Brown, and I believe she was. I don't have anything good to say, so I'll leave that alone. But I don't see anything wrong with her retiring her husband. And I know someone that she's a breadwinner. She runs like a consulting business, and she's the breadwinner. They homeschool their children, but her husband, he's not like emasculated or think he's like the prize or whatever. It's not like that. It works for them. So I think ultimately we all have to do what works for us. Again, these people have longevity. They've been together a long time. And when I heard Tabitha's response, it made me think of this scripture from the Bible, First Corinthians chapter 13, where it says, verses 4-8, love is patient, love is kind, it does not envy, it does not boast, it is not proud, it does not dishonor others, it is not self-seeking, it is not easily angered, it keeps no record of wrongs. Love does not delight in evil, but rejoices with the truth. It always protects, always trusts, always hopes, always perseveres. Love never fails, right? So I think that's a beautiful testament of love. I think this is a great example of what love looks like. And also a good sign when you're dealing with narc. It's just sidebar like this, a narcissist, someone toxic is going to be a totally opposite of this. And I don't consider myself to be a Christian, but I believe in the Most High and I love his word. So if you want to store that away, 1 Corinthians 13, verses 4-8, you know, it really shows you what love looked like. Like they were patient with each other, being together since you teenagers. Like just think of how you grow and flourish in adulthood, how we're constantly evolving, especially as women. We're like butterflies, right? We flutter here and there, but we're constantly evolving, having children, all these different things in life, and they're able to stay together. I don't know behind the scenes what goes on in their marriage, but I know there are happily married people out here, and not people like Wendy Williams that are insufferable and getting disrespected for the world to see. So let me see what you're talking about in the chat. Yeah, she is. She's something. So Virtuous Woman says, every time I try to like Tanya, she just disappoints. She does not want women to be in relationships. Yeah, I may look at some of her response because I knew it was not going to be anything positive. She's very negative. I remember when she was homeless. Like Tanya, did you forget where you come from? Like, we haven't forgotten, you know. Yeah, I think a lot of these people on this platform, YouTube, project their own negative experience onto others. And there's like, even with like MGTOW groups, you know, these young men probably never even had a girlfriend, but yet they listen to these older men complain and gripe. So now they have in their head, you know, how things are supposed to be or how things are. And same on the side with women too, like listen to like the Tanya TKOs. I don't know of any like toxic women. I try to, sometimes the relationship talk can get irritating. So I tried to stay away, but I just wanted to offer a different perspective because I believe people are just going in on Tabitha for like, why are y'all doing this? Like, let me look at, see if I can pull up Tanya's video. Bear with me a moment. Lady, we remember what you were when you were homeless, you know, and I do really feel like one day we need to have a serious discussion on hypergamy and not these make-believe fairy tales that are told here on YouTube, because it's so interesting that all these spaces on YouTube that talk about, you know, how to get hypergamy and how to do this and that, they don't have the results. Like their lifestyle doesn't match with their teaching. And even I like her channel, a content creator named Chloe. She talks about hypergamy. So she was kind of going in on Tabitha in her community tab, but just a few weeks back, she was supporting Umar Johnson because he went at Kevin Samuels. Like, do you know Umar Johnson called Black women, said rape victims have, what do you call it, thottish personality disorder. When he got caught with that stripper lady, he called her a maggot and all these horrible things. Like, it's just funny how they pick and choose what they it's interesting to me. So basically, anybody that goes at Kevin Samuels, it's okay.
I don't know how this got so large. All right. All right. Day upon the gully side. Lord of mercy. Lord have His mercy. All right, let's go forward.
Influencers and what all goes on,
Yeah.
But there's this woman.
So she's,
Is
I don't
one
know
of
what
those
she, I
media
didn't
like
watch
that
the whole of
regarding
the stuff.
influence.
Okay, I didn't watch her whole thing. I just fast forwarded until I got to the part. So I don't even know what she said. I hope Bismarcky's okay. You know? He was a part of my youth, my childhood.
What's up, Bree?
All right.
Okay. I don't know this woman because I don't follow social media like that regarding influencers and what all goes on, But there's this woman, her name is Tabitha Brown.
Hey,
She's about to
Couture
get into
Bae.
it. You know what? If some of
Welcome.
the young lady who said that I need to play some dancehall, if you all have music composers, I need original music. So if you have somebody that can make some original music for me, let me know, reach out to me, because I can't use copyrighted music on this channel. So if you want to hear some different music during the start, let me know. Let's get this cracking. Let's continue going forward. So she's talking about Tabitha Brown now.
Oh, you know her? Clap if you know her. Okay, good. I don't know her. Well, she's an influencer and she's saying that she's retiring her husband. He's been a police officer for 15 years and he wants to live out his dreams. Take a look.
I have said to him, babe, it's time.
Okay.
I'm sorry.
Officer
I
for
just need to
15
speak
years.
my opinion. You all think this man look healthy?
What's wrong with how
I
he
read
looks?
somebody, listen, I'm going to show some of the comments that I read, but you all think, let's continue going forward. I'm sorry.
And he wants to live out his dreams. Take a look.
I have said to him, babe, it's time.
Why is she looking like that?
It's time for him to dream again. It's time for him to think like a child and think, ooh, when I grow up, what do I want to be? And it's something else. It's time for a new journey, a new chance at life, right? And God has blessed us. He has blessed me that I can retire my husband.
Look at Wendy's face. Wendy's face looks like she's not having it.
Nope.
Right. I don't purchase woman. I don't know what she means by that. I imagine, was she the one living in truck? I think that sounds right, but she was homeless. So I imagine being homeless is not healthy either.
I was married to one of those. I make the money and so on and so forth. Go live your dreams, buy a business, stay with me, but go. You see how that turned out.
Oh, no, you didn't, girl.
I predict that this marriage is going to be on real rocky ground in a moment. Live your dream. Then they invest in stuff and they lose the money. And then they invest in something else and the money gets swindled or stolen.
No, the fuck shit. Excuse my language.
Okay, I want to stop there a moment. Now, I get where Wendy's coming from, really do, because I know someone personally and a very successful entrepreneur. And I mean, her business is doing very well. Her husband, once they got married, which is so ironic, right? As soon as they got married, he ended up being quote unquote let go. What's it called when they let you go? Not fired, but laid off, right? Quote unquote laid off. How ironic. I mean, like 2 weeks into their marriage, he got laid off. And so he wanted to have like an auto business, whatever. So she was so geeks for him and She's so sweet. She was like, okay, let me support you. Like, she bought him an office space. Like, she helped all these things. My Lord. Ooh, that blew up really bad. What's up? Just chilling. Welcome. So in her situation, they are divorced. And thank you, just chilling. Yeah, definitely hit the like button on your way in if you want to come up and give your perspective on this conversation. I would love to hear. All opinions are welcome, as Bree says in her on her channel at Couture Bay. Check her out. You know, share your opinion. But I know for most women, this kind of thing doesn't go well. Like I said, I know someone personally, and she's married to a woman today, so I don't know if that drove her to marry a woman or what. But the guy did her. I mean, he just really, okay, great, virtuous woman. He did her so wrong. But they didn't have a history of being together since teenagers. So I'm thinking that kind of plays a role in this. But we can see what else Tanya has to say. And this is fair use. We're just watching this for conversational purposes, right?
No, Wendy is so wrong for this. Wendy is so wrong. The money so I'm sorry. Wendy is so wrong for this. Wendy is like, then the money gets swindled. Let's rewind this again. Let's go find the replay. Let's go. Oh Lord, not this part again. Please, let's get past this.
I'm gonna pause there for a moment. Now, like the lady I was telling y'all about, her man was doing dirty stuff with her money. He was lying and scheming and scamming. I mean, oh boy, here on I think his green card, whatever, his visa overstayed, like just trifling. I mean, it's just trifling. So, you know, I get where Wendy's coming from, but I don't think this is the case. Now, I did find it interesting, and perhaps we can watch it if you want to, when on Tabitha's video, Chance says his job is his identity. He said he didn't realize how much he identifies with his job because, you know, he's been doing it for 15 years. But like, even with Rihanna, I think Rihanna's dating A$AP Rocky. Like, you notice these women that are super successful, like making all this money. Like, I guess it just seems like their standards are a little different. What's important to them seems to be different. So I don't know. Okay, just chilling. You say I know a few that did this, have jobs and quit, get fired intentionally. Yeah, yeah. It's crazy. He got, oh my God. He got laid off like 2 weeks into the marriage. He didn't work for like 2 years. Supposed to be having, because he had a friend like in the auto business, like selling cars, and he didn't do anything but cheat on her and spend her money. I mean, this dude wearing red bottom loafers. This is Atlanta. That was in Atlanta, so you know, I don't know about him with them red bottom loafers, but you know, you see those NBA players would wear them shoes. But hey, so just chilling. Say I prefer to have my own myself, since I want to do in life that being a homosexual can't afford. Yeah. So just chilling said A$AP Rocky ain't had shit going on years. I don't know much about him, but I know my daughter loves Rihanna, and she's like, where is she's coming out with an album? Like, Rihanna has Fenty. I don't think that's a priority for her anymore. I don't think music is her priority. Well, let's see what else Tanya have to say.
Be like a child. Yeah, cool. All right, let's just get to the tail end of that so that we can hear Wendy's stuff again.
Nope. I was married to one of those. You know, I make the money and so on and so forth. Go live your dreams, buy a business, you know, stay with me, but go.
That's Wendy's face for me. You all say I make some faces. Look at Wendy's face. Wendy's face is like, and I like this hair color on Wendy. I like this sandy brownish blonde color. Yeah, let's continue. I'm sorry. Look her face though. Look her face.
Oh, that's
see
cool.
how that
She has a
turned
closed
out.
caption.
No, the hell she did it. Wendy is so wrong for this. Let's continue going forward. Somebody said because he's vegan, he may look like that. No, dear. If you're vegan, you're supposed to look vibrant.
What does he look like?
This is the picture they chose. This.
Okay, why is she talking about him? What's wrong with how he looks? Okay, just just as seen as Tabitha Brown supposed to be an actress. She ain't been in shit I've seen. Oh Lord. Me either, but I don't have cable. I don't watch TV, but I like her YouTube channel. I know she's on TikTok, and I know her from YouTube. Like, I learned how to make a chopped salad from her, how to season my food better. Y'all coming for her. But yeah, I think someone said she's in The Shy or some show like that. So I'm not sure, but she definitely blew up from social media. But yeah, Wendy is projecting because she had a bad experience. I don't think it was just with Kevin, but I know for sure her last husband, Kevin Hunter. Tanya, I guess she had some bad experience too. I don't think Tanya's ever said anything nice about men or positive about relationships that I can recall.
Let's continue going forward.
I predict that this marriage is going to be on real rocky ground in a moment. Live your dream. Then they invest in stuff and they lose the money. And then they invest in something else and the money gets swindled or stolen. Then they invest again. Then he comes home and throws his bag down. And he's like, and she's like, what? And he's like, I can't do this. And this is your fault. You know, you're over here making all your money and stuff.
Oh, wow.
You had me quit my job and I can't find my live like a child.
Ooh.
No, but you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I need a moment. I need a moment after that. Yo, Wendy is so wrong for this.
Wendy is bitter, and she's not hiding how bitter. She's still reeling from her divorce. We get it. I think what Tabitha meant by the live like a child statement is to feel free to create and have time to create. You have to go to work and do this and that. You don't really have time unless you, I guess, very intentional about it. Okay, you didn't know who she was until you saw her trending. Hold on. Okay, to be fair, Tanya TKO look like she could really. Wow. Okay, just I remember her and Tommy used to get into it. This lady did say, "Hey, knockouts."
She is so wrong for this. I'm telling you. Why Wendy has to behave this way? Wendy, you know what? Is Wendy bitter? Is she bitter? Is that what happened? Or is she speaking some words of wisdom to a younger woman who is making some of the mistakes Wendy made 10 years ago? Because Tabitha is 40, Wendy is like 50.
Oh, no.
And so maybe she's seeing a little bit of herself in this and then lose the money that gets swindled. All this, that, and other. Let's continue hearing what else she has to say.
Saying? Like, no, you work.
Hold on, let me rewind it just a little bit.
No, but you understand what I'm saying?
No, what was the last thing she said? What was the last thing she
and
said?
this is your fault.
Let's hear that rant again. Let's hear that rant again.
And then they invest in something else and the money gets swindled or stolen. Then they invest again. Then he comes home and throws his bag down. And then he's like, and she's like, what? And he's like, I can't do this. And this is your fault. You know, you're over here making all your money and stuff. You had me quit my job and I can't find my live like a child.
Wendy.
No, but you understand what I'm saying? Do you understand what I'm saying? Like, no, you work. Being a cop was a big part of his identity. He liked it, but she came to him and said that. I clap if you understand what I'm saying.
Look at Wendy. Wendy got her Photoshop photo. Okay, Wendy.
Okay. So that was Wendy projecting what Kevin was doing, swindling her money and investing her money improperly. So, what do you think about this? Just your guy. So, what do you think if you were married to a woman that had success like Tabitha Brown, or I don't know who your girl is, you married Rihanna? She says, just, I want to retire you. We made this agreement 15 years ago. How would you feel? Would you continue to work, or how would you feel? Because I'm like, if you're making millions of dollars, I don't understand why he has to go work for LAPD. So maybe I'm just being a modern woman. I don't know, but I'm curious as to what men think about this. Yeah, I don't know what Kevin is doing, and I know when. Do y'all see Wendy Williams' brother YouTube channel? He titles every video Wendy Williams. his name is Tommy Williams. I like, dude. Why is every title named Wendy Williams?
All right. Well, you know what? My goodness. Oh my goodness. That thing got my head. I don't know what to do with myself.
This is our first time we're watching this together because I have not seen this, but I was curious as to what she had to say about it.
The rules for the broadcast. My gracious goodness alive. Oh my goodness. All right, let's read the rules for the broadcast. Our topics are for examples of self-reflection. They're never about the people in the video. My videos are best suited for people who know how to comprehend and have good listening skills and know how to interpret inference, because I don't tell people what to do. I don't give people advice. This channel is best suited for people who can see a situation and make that applicable to their own lives and their own growth. That's what this is all about. Some people get caught up on the celebrity of it. We use viral stories because the viral stories get the traction on the webs on these sites. You talk about a story no one's searching for and people don't get to find the story. So that's one. Number two, listen, you all in the audience, when there's somebody who says something you don't agree with, combat the argument. Don't combat the person. Don't call each other names. Part of the reason that I want to do that is because I want us to train ourselves to be able to stop with the keyboard warrior stuff that we do, where we will say things to people online that you wouldn't say to their face. Now, me up here, I am the host. I am doing what it is that I'm doing for entertainment. There will be times that I'll make mention of things that I feel that you all need to pay attention to. And there will be times that I'll curse a person out. I will. But we all can't be rah-rah on this channel. I want you all to be the better part of me, my knockouts, okay? All right, be the better part of me. Because going off in the comments and calling people all these names and all of that other stuff, that's a really quick way to get invited to the block party. I'm just letting you all know that, because we have to find, like I said, the keyboard warrior stuff. I don't feel that too much. You come up here with me on the phone, you might catch it. I'm doing a video on you. I'm going to be pointing out stuff about the person in the video. Come on.
Okay. So basically, we get it that Wendy's just sharing her experience with her husband. I get what she's saying. I know a lot of people feel like that's more masculine when you're kind of telling your husband to retire. You're retiring your husband. They said they agreed on that several years ago. I'm going to see if I can find some men talking about this topic. So bear with me, because I think that'd be interesting to see.
Entertainment purposes. Number 3, if you enjoy the broadcast, subscribe. Know how to find my channel again. Sometimes a video comes across your feed and you don't know how to find it again. So make sure that you like, subscribe. Text notification is number 4. There's a link in the description, especially if you're on Facebook, because Facebook has constricted the views based on how it is that I am now connecting with the new software. So if you're not getting your notifications on Facebook, if you're international, or if you have turned off your YouTube notifications, or if you're not getting them, because when we go live back to back to back, because this is video number 2 today, and you all said that you want me to talk about this Don Cheadle incident and the Idris Elba incident, where Idris Elba admitted that he's verbally abusive. I got the audio clip. So when we go live back to back to back in a day, sometimes the platforms don't send it out. And then, anything can happen to any Black creator on these platforms. So you need to know how to get in touch with me. Like if they banned me today, there's 475 people who know how to get in touch with me off of these websites because you're on my text notification squad. If you're a part of the text notification squad, go ahead and throw up your number 10s. Let me see all 470 of you in here today. All right, I'm gonna wait for those 10s to come up and just take a look. My crew is deep, my squad is deep. All right, number 5, I will be taking cash apps.
I was never able to find a bra that fits my small
and I will be
chest, but
reading
as
them
long as
live on air. The apples are gonna be turned on in just a moment.
I can
And
remember,
if you
being
don't want
small
your,
was
if you want to
something to be
support the
embarrassed
show,
about.
so
I used to
shout out
try on
anybody
50
who sends
bras in a
Cash App,
dressing room,
who's a
and
part
none of them
of the
fit
text
or made me
notification.
feel great about my body. Small-chested women deserve better. So I made a bra designed especially for women who wear AA, and B cups, and a brand that empowers women to feel like they're enough just the way they are. It's not your body that has to change, it's the industry. Our Fit Perfected design finally gets rid of cup gaps and instead hug, lift, and flatter what you got like the perfect pair of yoga pants, but for your boobs. We've also grown a passionate community that we call the IBTC.
Nothing fits me as well as a pepper bra. And I just want to stress how well this fits.
We hope you'll join us and try Pepper Bra to see what the hype is all about.
I don't
Wait,
know.
Before you scroll away, you need to hear this. Republicans
It's a
across the
commercial.
country
I don't know
are
why they
moving
give me
fast
that ad.
to enact massive voter
I
suppression
don't have
laws
that problem.
and bring about Jim Crow 2.0. I urgently need you to join me in the fight to protect voting rights from this assault. This assault on our right to vote by signing this petition before the deadline.
That's cool. I would like to know how to do that. I'm just researching. See, that's cool too. Like I like her setup.
We are turning on Facebook.
Now look at the title. It says Black woman works 15 years to retire her hub wife, and I am Tabitha Brown. She's being disingenuous because that's not why she worked 15 years. So see, right now she's already come off as a bitter Betty because why would you title it that?
And we are turning in on LinkedIn. All right, let's go. Let's do
They
this.
show this on LinkedIn.
Hello,
Oh my
Knockouts.
goodness.
Tanya TKO here, and I'm your host, Tanya TKO. And today I have a story for you all that many of you sent to me. Oh my goodness. Right here. Her name is Tabitha Brown, and she worked for 15 years to be able to retire her husband. She's very happy about it. I want you to
Wow.
take a look
She's so
at
messy.
his body language and demeanor in the video. We're going to dive all through this, and I'm going to open up the phone lines so that you all can be able to weigh in and give your opinion on it as well. So without further ado, let's get this party started. Welcome in, everybody. Welcome. On that. Also ways to support. I'm going to be turning on the apples, and we're going to be reading some of your Cash App comments as well. So without further ado, look, we can get into this. Oh my
Right.
goodness. Like I said, I
I'll
am
post
your
a link
host,
if anyone
Tanya
wants to come
TKO.
up and share their
I'm a
thoughts.
self-love specialist. I'm a certified clinical hypnotherapist. I'm a certified life coach with a specialty in relationship coaching. And I just want you to just take a
For
look
real?
at
Oh, no.
what we
Does she-
have here.
What
I just want you
relationship
to
does
take a
she
look at what
have?
we have here. Oh, I'm sorry. There's no volume on this. Let's try that again. All right.
Hello there. Good morning. Y'all all right? Today
Is that music coming from her post? So she went and added. I'm not gonna say that. Now. She went and added the inspo music as well. Okay. Look. All right.
You know, we moved to Los Angeles in 2004. And when we moved here, we moved with no family, right? No friends. Just me and my husband and choice. And then we had one friend who moved with us, but it was just us. And
right.
we had no
It's
jobs
nice,
when
isn't
we
it?
came.
It's pretty
We had
fly.
about $8,000 that we had saved up. And all we had was my dream of pursuing my acting career and praying to make it big one day, right? And so when I first came, I got here, I worked at Macy's. I got a job within the first month of being here. And Chance had got a job at like a little law firm, like prepaid legal answering phones and stuff. And then he took the journey of becoming a police officer. I remember the day he came home and said, "Babe, I met these two cool cops today," which was very rare for us coming from the South. Like, we just didn't ever really encounter police officers the way he did, that looked like him and talked like him and was cool. And he was like, "I think I want to join LAPD." And I was like, "Really, babe?" He was like, "Yeah, it's good benefits, salary good. Then, we wouldn't really have to worry about one income being shaky. Like, you would always be able to pursue your dream."
Look at someone asking, did she get down on one knee and propose to her husband? Now, I saw a clip when Tabitha was on, what's that thing? It's some kind of love show where like celebrities or couples come on and share their relationship story. She was like, I'm paraphrasing, but she said she wanted to be with him. I believe her parents were married. I don't think Chance's parents were married. She said she just wanted to be with him. So she stopped worrying about being married as long as they were together. So she just wanted to be with him. I thought that was interesting. I can't imagine what's the woman named Tanya say anything productive, but let's continue to watch.
Without having to have like a real steady career outside of acting. And I thought, okay, ain't nothing that my husband can't do. That's how I believe, I believe if you want to do something, honey, try it out. That's the only way we're going to know if we're successful or not. And so I told him, I said, "Okay, babe, if you do this job, if you take on this journey in this career, give me 5 years." Because I still, as much as I supported him and was excited about it for him, the thought of my husband having to wear a bulletproof vest to work every day and putting his his life on the line for others was commendable, but still scared me, And so I said, "You know what? Give me 5 years, babe. I'm gonna blow up. I'm gonna get this acting thing. I'm gonna blow up, and then I'll take you out of there. I'll retire you from LAPD, and then you can."
You know what? Let's read the rules of the broadcast, right? So that we can get started. It's like it's one of two things. Either we read the rules in the beginning and we are able to come in on the same foot, but it takes longer to get into the video, or we read the rules after. But let's go ahead and read the rules so that we can all be on the.
Is that a green screen for Tanya? Looks like a green screen. Oh, you guys couldn't see. Oh, I'm so sorry. I'm sorry. Is that a green screen? I like that. That's nice. But if you look at her chat, a lot of them are just, they said that Chance Brown looks lazy. They just go in on him. People are so funny. So they're going in on him. Maybe she'll get to where Tabitha shows his reaction. He didn't really seem excited, but he never seemed excited to me about anything. Like, that's just his energy.
The same page, because I'm seeing some of the comments come in, and
being an officer, it has been very tough. And when my husband went on this journey, he really felt like he could make a difference. And I know that he has in his community. I know that he has done his part. But I also know that it's time for him to dream again. It's time for him to think like a child and think, ooh, when I grow up, what do I want to be? And it's something else. It's time for a new journey, a new chance at life, right? And God has blessed us. He has blessed me that I can retire my husband. Not 5 years, but 15. And honey, we're going to take it, okay? So today he is taking all of his things and turning it all in at LAPD. So it's bittersweet. And I'm grateful and I'm thankful. Oh, but I have been speaking this for quite some time. One day I'm going to retire my husband. And it has happened today. So, yeah, I want to talk to him before he leaves. He's a little emotional, right? He's trying to process it all. It has taken him a year to make this decision, but he has made it. And I'm so proud of him. But I'm so excited for him to do some of the things he's always loved to do, but has never really had the courage to do because of fear of, no, baby, somebody got to have a steady check coming in this house, right? And then I got a steady one, okay, that can provide for both of us, our entire family. And so my husband loves music. He loves children. He loves basketball. So I want him to dream bigger and figure out whatever his path is, honey. And if it take him 15 years to figure it out, he got time. So anyway, let's talk to him real quick before he leaves. All right, babe. It's about to go down. 15 years. Come to this day.
Mm-hmm.
It's bittersweet.
Yeah. Bittersweet.
How you feeling?
A little conflicted. It's part of my identity. It's been the thing that has taken care of my family. It's been the thing that has gained, much respect within my family when it comes to me. And to be quite honest, I didn't know how much of my identity was involved in it. However, good that I'm able to make it this long, learn something, not have any major incidents, and be in a situation where I can walk away in my right mind and without harm. So I'm thankful for God's blessing, and it was one of my seasons, but looking forward to the next.
Yeah, time to start dreaming again, ain't it?
Yeah. Start looking for a new chance.
Hey, very good.
Yeah.
My husband and I, we sat outside in our backyard.
All right, so I think this is the part where she's talking
August
about
22nd.
writing down.
Yeah, in this part, she talks about the list that her and Chance wrote together. So I thought that was kind of cool that they actually write down their goals together. Tanya looks so disgusted, but her chat is so rude. Let's see what you got to say. Hold on, I want to address this. You said the interesting part about it is most the chicks up in Tanya TKO chat got to do like Chance. That's true, because most the average salary in the United States where we are is not a high value salary. So a lot of these people online just lie so much. They just lie so much. And she has some nerve. He said, to be fair, if he had no kind of ambition before she married him, he didn't. Right. That's true. That's true. That's a good point. But it doesn't seem like he didn't have ambition. I don't get that from what she's saying about him. She just didn't want. She's saying that his job is dangerous and she's just not comfortable with him going to work every day. And since she has the funds and they're well taken care of, that she doesn't mind him retiring sooner than later, whatever the retirement age for the LAPD is. I'm not sure.
On your dreams, etc. There's about 4 more minutes to this. You can see it on her page. She's holding up a book. By the time I saw him, I kind of lost interest in the video. So let's read some of the comments that are here on the video. All right. So these are, let me see, how do I make this larger so you all can see? All right, here we go. Can you all see that? Can you see? It's a little small because that's the way the page is showing up. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can get this. How do we do this better than this? This is not going to, we could just, let me see. You know what? Let's make this let's just make this larger so that we can get the comments shown, because I want you to all be able to see what's being said on her page, right? Because when I went there earlier, so people are like, you are the gift. Let's see what else. Oh, I'm so excited. I watched this whole thing. This is beautiful, amazing, love this. You are a living testament. Oh, love, love, love. You're such an inspiration. The most beautiful thing I've seen all day. You are an amazing wife, mother, daughter. It's actually bringing me chills. And it just goes on and on. You are pure. I've seen people talking about, oh, this is partnership, right? Okay. All right. Let me start out by saying when I saw this video the very first time, her smile is infectious. It was hard not to smile too until I saw him. And then I was like, what's really going on here, right? Remember, this is not, this commentary is not so much about them, but the idea of this. And when I first saw this, my initial reaction is, this is their relationship. This is their relationship. This is how they have decided that they want to be in relationship. This is her. Look, we don't know people's backgrounds. We don't know where people have come from. We don't know what it is that they hold tried and true. That's one. This is their relationship. So how can I have a feeling about the type of relationship that they choose to enter into, where she feels enthralled about retiring her husband, that this is something that she's worked towards? I put in the title, her hub wife, because this is something that typically husbands want to do for their wives. They want to retire their wives or their mothers so that the women can be able to rest in their feminine. And I understand he's a police officer, he has a dangerous job or whatnot, but this woman worked for 15 years so that she could be able to make enough money to be able to retire her husband. That's one. Look, two, she's happy, I'm happy.
Okay, so again, she's lying. It's not that she worked for 15 years. It took her 15 years to get to a point where she had fame, or I guess more important than fame, had the funds to retire her husband. It's not like she's been slaving it away for 15 years. So she's sitting up here lying on this woman. Oh my goodness.
She's happy. He's happy. I'm happy for them. This is their relationship. Every relationship looks different. And there are many of us who want to be in a particular type of relationship, which may not be feasible by today's standards. Let's continue going forward, right? Because people have been trying to tell you all what's out there. I put hashtag Black Love in the title for a reason. This is Black love. This is Black love. And if you want a Black man, listen, let me tell you something. Let's pull up the data. Right? Here's the data, right? I want you all to look up this article right here. It's on Brookings. The name of the article says, "The Inheritance of Black Poverty, It's All About the Men," right? I want you to just take a look at it. Take a look. I'm going to show you some graphs, because there's some things that you all need to see in the article, right? So let's continue. Let's go forward and let's look at the graphs and some of the stuff that exists on here, right? All right. So this is a graph that shows people this is the share of youth from the bottom quintile who remain in the bottom quintile as adults. So Black women and white women are.
So I'm going to pause for a moment. You said the average knockout. I think Tanya's also projecting. I don't know why she's lying. Lying that she's been muling and slaving away for 15 years. No, working toward her dream of being an actress. That's what she's been doing for 15 years. It didn't happen overnight. And I found this article. I'll post this policy advice, and it has some average American income in 2021. It has some data. So we can kind of see what all these people talking about, oh, high value this, and it's like, where you're not being honest. So it says here that the average American income, matter of fact, I'll put it on the screen instead of reading from my phone. Bear with me one moment, I'll pull it up.
Close to, or when they get into poverty and remain in poverty, you see where the number is, right? But Black men have low mobility, right? Read the article, it's very interesting, right? So when it comes to when they become adults and the Black women get with Black men, right? Her ability to get out of poverty, the ability, the staying in poverty skyrockets when she gets with Black men. You see the Black man one goes down. His goes down, Black women's go up. And white women and white men, they have their own dynamic because white men are the least likely to stay in poverty, having started in poverty, right? I want you all to look at the writing that's on the wall. What Black men are coming out and telling you, what the numbers are telling you. They're telling you, look, we don't have money. Either lower your standards if you want to be with us, or I don't know. I'm going to open up the phone lines because I'm at a loss for words.
I'm going to pause that for a moment. Yeah. Okay. So I'm interested to see where she's going with this. So it sounds like she's on the divestment train, which, hey, I guess do what works for you. People have to do what works for them. And I'm going to share my screen. So bear with me a moment here. Okay, so this is an article I found. I want to go by the Bureau of Labor Statistic data, but it takes some more combing through. But it talks about the average American income in 2021. All right, so we're going to look at this to see what they're talking about. So it looks like so far, they have data from 2019. It says the median household income in the United States in 2019 was $68,703. Okay. So that's not a high value salary. That's not high value at all. And then it says, what is the average American individual income? The real median. Okay, that says. Okay, so it says, what percentage of Americans makes over $100,000? About 34.1% of Americans can earn an annual salary of over $100,000. Okay, and then it goes on to say that 15.5% of the population earns between $100,000 and $149,999. I don't know where they're getting their numbers from. Oh, okay. Here's the source right here. So, because all these, you notice all these YouTubers are always six-figure people. They always make six figures. All this talk, divestment. He said Tanya TKO seemed like the type of chick that would feed and burp a homosexual. I don't know. I haven't really watched her in a while, but sis was going through it, and I don't know if she's mentally stable. When I have seen her in the past, she just didn't seem like she had it all there. So it's interesting that she's in the relationship space now, where I don't think she's like, is she teaching women to be married? I don't know if anyone watches her here. It's like, what is she teaching her subscribers, her knockouts? But let's continue with Miss Tanya, because I'm curious to see what else where she's gonna go with this, because she already didn't even like how the man looked. She didn't like how he looked, and people were saying that Tabitha looks older. So like, I don't think she looks older. And then her title is just so misleading. She's just lying. Let's see what she's talking about. Just that's true. Everybody's leveled up, balling out of control. Nobody broke. People own intent, all kind of stuff. I mean, this is a fanciful, fanatical place. All right. As soon as I find my window, I can start it back. Goodness, this is sad. I'm sorry. I appreciate you all rocking with me tonight.
You know, there's a content creator by the name of Cynthia G who talks about black male worship, right? Right? She talks about black male worship. Somebody's asking whether or not I have a man. Child, look. The happiest women in society are the ones who are man-free and child-free. You saddle yourself with the wrong man. Look at me. I'm vibrant. I'm a vibrant thing. Look at me. Look how I glow. No, I'm not saddled with the wrong man. I'm not. And the fact that the standard is have a man is like an albatross if you have the wrong one.
Now that is true. She's right there. If you get with the wrong man, you will look like a hag. You will be out of shape, overweight. They will zap your energy for it. She's right about that. I agree with her on that. Yeah, I agree with her on that. There is some peace that comes with not having a difficult partner in your life. But we are here to interact with each other. Hello, Corkita. She says, wow. I don't know what you're saying wow to, or what that means exactly, but welcome. If you can find a link, we can check it out, Jess, if you don't mind. I'm curious to see that. But she didn't lie about that. The wrong man will have you. I know a woman that she passed away. It was so sad. Now, she really worked like a mule, and her husband looked so young and she looked so old. She passed away. It was so sad. So she's right. You don't want to get with the wrong person, but let's continue. And we're watching this fair use. We're watching this for conversational, educational purposes. Thank you very much. Don't forget to hit the like.
Did you just not see the graphs that I showed you? Come on, listen to what it is that I'm saying. Okay. Listen to what it is, Mia. Listen. Oh my goodness. So nonetheless, and this is not hatred, my God. Get yourselves together. You see, this is part of the issue. And this is why Black men continue to flail. I am agreeing with you and your kitten father, your kitten godfather, your kitten daddy, your cat, whatever it is that I'm agreeing with you all. Don't you see? This is how we end up in the situation that we're in today, right? This is how we end up in the situation. far and wide, Black men not doing well, right? And then the ones who are doing well are like, well, look, if you want the prize, which is me, you're going to have to be XYZ because I am a rare diamond. I am the prize. You know, in other societies, how they have the dowry for the young lady, right? Nowadays, it's the Black men in our community. It's like the Loch Ness monster when you find one that's actually doing well, upward mobile, who is a good person, did not recklessly go squirting hilter-kilter, willy-nilly in everybody's belly, you know, and didn't go procreate a bunch of pickney all over the place. He's such a rare diamond, and he knows that he's like, well, you know what, B? I'm going to make you jump through these hoops. I'm going to make you skip to the doggone loo. You see them here. And then you know what the thing about it is that there are so many women who latch on to the male movement, the manosphere, right? Oh, that New York accent was too tough. Manosphere. They go to the manosphere and they're like, look, I got to get these other BITs out of the way. Let me go tell them to go settle down, to go.
Well, that's interesting that she mentions that, but I think that's kind of women our fault in a way, and I think we need to have a conversation around that too. There's so many women are seeking, I would say they're seeking approval, validation from men. That's why they go into spaces and call shows like Kevin Samuel's show. I don't know if they're seeking validation that they didn't get as a child. I don't know if that's what it is, but these women are looking for validation. I saw one woman broke down crying. She was like a mother of 4 or 5 children because he told her no man's gonna want to marry her. This lady, she was young. She was like maybe 25, if that. She was super young, and he just was, you know, Kevin being Kevin, told her she cannot get married, having all these children. And it was so sad because she was so devastated. He just tore her world apart. But it's like, if women continue to keep calling shows like this, you kind of giving them power in a way. I think women need to start ignoring people like Kevin Samuels. And she did make a good point. In other societies, like, the men do have to pay a dowry, and women are looked at as precious. In this society, men are looked at, or they think, as the prize. But it's kind of sad that we have these kind of debates going on. I know it's like in a city like Atlanta, where the male to female ratio is so disproportionate, that those men are just, I mean, why even bother? Why even bother with those guys? But let's continue, shall we? And feel free to come up if you want to share your perspective, your opinion on this topic. How do you feel? Do you feel that Tabitha is making a grave mistake by retiring her husband? Do you think she's going to live to regret it? Do you think Wendy is just projecting her prior experiences? And of course, we can't share our experiences, but Tabitha didn't ask for anyone's opinion, right? But of course, since she put it out there to social media, we're going to talk about it. But let me know what you think.
Date down so that I can have my pick of the litter. Let me go tell these women, just look, so that I could try to have my pick, right? This is what listen, there are many people, succubuses, feeding off of your desperation, feeding off of your thirst, your desire for this Black love, for the Loch Ness monster, feeding off of you. Becoming famous from your anger and ire, becoming famous, creating viral stories of how you are undateable, unwantable, yet, look, we did the story about the BBL surgery. When we looked at the images of what BBL patients look like, 97% of them had non-melanated skin, right? And somebody commented on my video, it was so profound. Because for so long, they spent so much time telling you big booties were oh, you don't want big booties are horrible, until the doctor could be able to more safely administer it. Then all of a sudden, it was all the rage. So they went into trying to look like you, right? And then selling it back to you, repackaging it, and then selling it back to you when it comes naturally to you. Listen.
So I find it interesting. She mentioned that Black love is like some type of Loch Ness monster. I could be wrong, but I don't hear other communities telling each other not to love each other. That's the most ridiculous thing ever, I think. I mean, of course, you feel free to love who you want to love, but why do you have to say Black love is such a horrible thing? And you should love yourself. You should you're supposed to validate yourself. You shouldn't be seeking validation outside of yourself. That's why Kevin platform is what it is, because women always go on these men's shows looking for validation, looking for someone to pick them. Oh, pick me. I have, like, the woman calling asking if she can get married and she have kids. Well, you think he's gonna wave his magic wand, his magic bond number 9 bottle and give you a husband? Like, I just don't understand. I think this is deeper. I think this deals with like the fatherlessness issue in our community, because you seeking validation from strange men that are proven to be toxic. But whatever, let's continue.
I mean, I don't need to stand up. I don't need to stand up. I don't. It comes so natural to us, so natural. But those other people who had to go get themselves injecting up their lips and all of this, now they're all the rage, ambiguous, and they can't put, oh, look at the yams on this one, right? And now giving you a run for your money in a category which you excelled in, which they told you was hideous, ugly, and devastating before. Remember that article, Cosmo? I don't know how many of you saw it. How did J-Lo get rid of her devastating derriere? Now, all of a sudden, they're talking about J-Lo's butt is small now in comparison to what's the rage now, right? Goodness, listen. So let's continue going forward. Listen, I don't owe you all your comments coming across on my video. If you feel that this is not the right video for you, get off. It's as simple as that. If you feel that this is not the right video, get off. If you don't like my personality, leave. That's one of the rules. You don't like it here? Go. It's simple. It's simple. You don't have to be here. I'm the only person who has to be here. Let me read some of the apples that are coming in. Let me read some of these. All right. So we have Ela, who has sent $5. Thank you, Ela. Thank you. We appreciate that. And then we have Kelly, who has sent $45. Thank you, Kelly. And she says, do you, sis? We appreciate that. Thank you. Let me send you some hearts. Thank you. Oh, I'm trying to get the thing. Here we go. All right. Lauren sends $2 and says, Black bloggers need to strike too, even 9-to-5 workers. So he's commenting on the last video. Listen, I feel you. Cyrita sends $5. Thank you, Cyrita. Thank you. And let's see. I'm going to open up the phone lines in just a moment. All right. Ultimate sends $2.33. I'm not saying that to be mean. I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just saying there's going to be some things you're going to need to compromise on. Read the data. Oh, bottom line, all I can say is expand your options. Find who is the right person for you, who is going to love you in the ways that you need to be loved. You know, one of the things that Cynthia G said that I found profound is she was talking about how men don't really do well when they don't compete against other men. And men need to be able to sharpen their knives. You know, I remember I was watching this, documentary, and it was this documentary about actors in movies. And the actors were talking about wanting to act alongside really great actors because it's difficult, it's tough.
Black male unicorn thing is real. There are men out here, and just speaking from my personal experience, I've known, and this is going to sound really bad, I've known Black male baseball players, this is just on a personal level, who are, is she going to offer to at least pay her half so that I know she's not trying to come up off of me? And even, Black men who are just professionals, who are engineers who I've come into contact with, always just acting like you're supposed to chase them. And I don't have those problems elsewhere. So listen to Tanya, ladies. It's bad out here. So even if you do, find you an engineer or whoever, understand that if he's a Black man, Black American man specifically, he will likely have Black male unicorn syndrome. It is very real.
That's good. You know what? I might have to start using that Black male unicorn syndrome. We're talking about BMOS. You got BMOS out there? Yeah, thank you so much for calling.
Unicorn.
We appreciate your phone call. Thank you.
Thank you.
Ooh, child. Listen, I heard somebody out there in the comments talking about my punani. Listen, talking about somebody sitting on dry cooch. Nigga, I'm Caribbean American. Ain't nothing about this pussy dry. If you think that it needs some moistening up, you can bring your tongue over. It's very simple, right?
Wow, okay.
That way you can make sure that it's getting the moisture that it needs from your mouth, right? Nonetheless, phone lines are open. You're on the air live with Tanya. What's your name?
Sim.
Your name is Sim, like S-I-M?
Yes.
Okay, wonderful. Let me just read out loud. I'm going to put you on hold while I read out loud the rules for the phones, okay? All right. Rules for calling in. Please turn down the volume of whatever it is that you're listening to me on in the background. Take me off of speakerphone. Talk to me through the phone. Write down notes before you call in so that you can keep your train of thoughts. And we do not discuss other callers on our phone call. We talk about your ideas. All right. So Sim, you're on the air live. So let's continue going forward.
Okay. I don't have a problem with when you say that people should find someone that makes them happy no matter what race. That's not a problem. But I think what happens is when you say the facts and the stats, I think they're not in proper context, because I'm reading right here and it says that of the past 10 years, interracial marriages are up at a record-breaking 41% in America, compared to 31%. And then if you go further down, it says that they are the ones that get divorced the most, interracial marriages. That same race marriages last longer, 41% compared to 31%.
Can I just
Okay.
interject right there? Well, one,
Right.
Where is it that you're getting your data?
Oh, you could just Google it. It tells you the NSFG had a survey.
Oh, okay.
And
Why don't you do this? Why don't you send me the link that you're looking at? Because whenever somebody starts talking about stats, it's important to be able to look and see who did the study, because interracial data, and I'm glad that you brought that up, and I'm going to let you continue your statement. I just wanted to make sure that we didn't lose that point, is gender specific. Black men, white women have the highest divorce rate. In terms of Black women marrying interracial, the numbers are far better for Black women. So Black women, white men are the least likely to be divorced. Black men, white women are the most likely. So when we talk about interracial relationships failing, if we're going to look at the data, we have to look at who is getting into these marriages. And also, if you look behind the scenes, the why. Far too many Black men are getting in these relationships as a way of avoiding doing the inner work, as a way of really confronting the issues that they need to confront and develop on the inside of themselves, as well as the fetishization of non-pigmented, non-melanated skin. So if you're just getting with a person and the best attribute that you find about them is that they're not Black, this shows that you were getting into a rocky foundation to begin with. Now, please continue, please.
Oh, yeah. The second part about that, I was going to, like you said, give you the information is that it's not just talking about white and Black, it's talking about all. And so when you say about Black women, it goes on to talk about that out of all the racial groups, 80% of Black women filed divorce. But here's the thing. Black women were the only group that had a high divorce rate, with meaning out of any man, it doesn't matter if you're Black, white, Asian, they're saying that Black women divorce men,
why don't
period.
you? Right,
it's not
right.
a Black man
See,
thing. It's a people thing.
Right. The thing about this, right, that's really dangerous because I once saw somebody spreading a post online that was talking about a percentage of people do XYZ, right? When the actual data, when I went to read the data, because that's why I said it's important.
This doesn't really seem to have anything to do with the Tabitha Brown issue, so I'll stop that. I'll stop that. That seems like that's not going to go well, their conversation. But yes, a lot of women do file for divorce, but hey, I know there's reasons for that. That's all I really want to talk about tonight was just that. I think that Wendy Williams was projecting her own pain. Every relationship is different. You know, I wish Tabitha Brown the best. I know Anya TKO doesn't even like how he looks. That he looks sick. That's crazy. But I wish them the best in their relationship, in their marriage. But yeah, that's all I have. I'm post a link one more time to see if anyone wants to come up and share their thoughts on the topic, or if you want to talk about something else, perhaps. But yep. I feel like let Tabitha Brown live. I'm telling you, TKO, I didn't know she was a hypnotherapist or all these things, but it's just a lot of Black and white talking on YouTube. And what I mean by that, not a race issue, but just a lot of surface level conversations where human beings were more complex than, oh, just divest, oh, just do this, oh, just get a high value man. It's just so many levels to things, and these channels don't really explore. They just add like, oh, you get a high value man, then your whole world will just be amazing, or you divest, your whole world will be amazing, life will be amazing, happily ever after. So, you know, that people can't work together, can't love each other. It just seems like a lot of, for lack of a better word, predatory relationship practices, instead of just wanting to be authentic and coming together for a good purpose, coming together to see what you can take from others. I'm personally not a fan. So if you all have nothing else, I do thank you all for watching. Be sure to like the stream. Be sure to subscribe to the channel. Leave your opinions on this topic below. Let me know if you feel if Wendy was correct in her assessment. How long do you think things will go wrong? You know, it'll be unfamiliar territory for Chance Brown since he's been working on the police force for 15 years. So it's going to be different for him. Do you think he's going to work on his goals and dreams and create? Or do you think he's just going to, is it going to go bad, basically? I wish him the best. If you're watching this as a replay, thank you so much. Be sure to leave your opinions below. Until the next stream later. Thanks for watching.